aronikito misi olu mamuno atanikito tatulani taminga ngaronikito animo endemi karonikito.
The Madagascar Fauna and Flora Group, a consortium of about 20 zoos, botanical gardens, and aquariums all over the world, was founded in 1988. In 2013, the MFG celebrates the 25th anniversary of their activities in Parc Evoluina and in the natural reserve of Bay Tampanan near Tuamasina in the northeast of Madagascar. Their specialty is their holistic approach. Their four main activities, conservation, research, capacity building, and environmental education, are closely interconnected. 100% of the Malagasy lemurs are endemic, but 91% of them figure on the red list of the International Union for Conservation of Nature due to the degradation of their habitat and the hunting pressure. MFG concentrates on breeding endangered animals for which there are national and international programs. More than 100 lemurs of 12 species are living in the park. 3 diurnal lemurs are critically endangered: the blue-eyed black lemur, the greater bamboo lemur, and the black and white ruffed lemur.
Nanao relation varikandagna telo ambin'ny folo izy no nalefa tagny amin'ny réserve naturelle intégrale any Betampo dia efa nisy fiatsarana ny population ny varikandagna zay misy satria fa le avy taty amin'ny parc zoologique zany agny dia niaraka tam'le sauvage.
Bernard, director of the park, grew up close to Bay Tampan. Inspired by this environment, he studied botany. He has been working for the MFG for 16 years.
Ao anatin'ny ala anankiray dia mahafantatra hoe ity kakazo zao ny fihinana anazy, zao ny fomba fiainana. Rehefa miteraka ny varikandagna dia manao trano eo ambony kakazo.
The colored collars help to identify and track them, to see, for example, if an individual is not with his group. The park is also home to 3 nocturnal lemurs: the tiny mouse lemur, the greater dwarf lemur, and the ai, which Malagasy consider a bad omen.
Tegna zay misy le fiara-miasa amin'ny raisam-pirenena zany na amin'ny fanjakagna na amin'ny organisme ohatran'ny hoe ny parc zoologika hafa.
Only about 500 individuals of the pro-lemur simus are still in the wild, plus a captive population in 6 European zoos and 1 in Parc Evoluina. Since 2009, they are all integrated into the European breeding program, the EEP. The MFG and the European zoos exchanged greater bamboo lemurs to improve genetic diversity of their populations.
Zareo agny a France zao dia efa mandefa ny tsy misy ny aty ny antsika taty nalefa tagny noho ny fiaraha-miasa amin'ny resaka iraisam-pirenena zany dia efa misy.
It was a good match between Bakili from Paris and Tethys from London, both transferred to Parc Evoluina. And in October 2012, Bakili gave birth to her first baby. 4 of the 5 endemic tortoises are critically endangered, such as the radiated and the spider tortoises from the south of Madagascar. Although it is illegal, they are still captured for their meat and shell or the pet market. The forestry station of Parc Evoluina extends over almost 700 acres of secondary forest and is home to more than 75 species of endemic plants. The station also serves to test different methods for the restoration of endemic plants which are threatened by extinction. Mami is at the same time directing the forestry station and the conservation training center.
Misy sampanasa anakefatra ao anatin'ny station forestière. Ny voalohany ny resaka conservation na ny fikajiana, ny sehatrasa faharoa ny recherche, ny sehatrasa fahatelo dia ny resaka entretien ny infrastructure ato anatin'ny station, dia ny farany a ny resaka valorisation.
In the Betampana Natural Reserve, the researchers found 18 species of endemic plants, which are found nowhere else in the world. Jean-Francois, the tree nursery specialist, is also the chief of Ambunivatu, a village benefiting from the program of the Madagascar Fauna and Flora Group.
Ity zany pétanque na Betamponensis izy ity zany karazana kakazo efa lany tamingana zany to de satra zany no ahitana le graine anazy de namokatra tagna zany le zanakakazo de amizao zany izy alefa ty zany mba ampitombogna taranaka eto ivoloina.
Botanists from Missouri Botanical Garden and MFG search for trees in bloom in the forest and continuously monitor them to collect their seeds. The seeds are treated and the seedlings put in pots. During the reforestation campaign, they are planted in the forestry station and around Betampana Natural Reserve.
Za zany le karazana kakazo tiako am foko zany de nintsy iaby izy ga. De izy ty zany karazana kakazo maventsany azo agnanovagna fana rehefa maventy izy de izy koa zany afaka magnatsara tany. Azo ambolegna zany izy amina vadimboly de magnatsara an'le toeragna ambolegna. De izy koa zany mahatonga na mankatia anazy koa zany efa agnisan'ny kakazo zany amizao efa ho lany taranaka zany.
Precious woods such as ebony and rosewood are sold abroad for astronomical sums. In 2009 alone, 60,000 trees were cut in protected areas. This corresponds to almost 25,000 acres of primary forest.
De ty ndraiky zany dalbergia. Dalbergia ty zany azo nivokaragna teto ivoloana ihany zany eto zany misy fototra an'le dalbergia.
Fa crise zany misy miditra anatin'ny réserve de refameezagna ny io le olona miditra anaty réserve de igny zany tegna olana matetika mitranga aminay. Ny fombanay zany rehefa sendra misy avitranga karahan'regny de milatsaka amin'ny tanàgna zany de manentana le fokon'olo hoe ny fidirana anaty ala tsy vahaolana amin'ny fampandrosogny ny fiainantsika fa anty tetikasa ty de ahafahantsika mivoatra sy ny miaro an'le aty ala io.
MFG works with about 400 villagers to plant native rainforest tree species on their own land around the reserve to create a zone of protection. To date, almost 42,000 trees covering 310 acres have been planted during the 4 restoration phases. The 5th phase started in April 2013.
Eo an'ny voalohany no ny fisiny la atao hoe station forestière azo vahiny betsaka teto de ny olana zany zao de ny fiparitahany le ataontsika hoe espèce envahissante.
Ny rangotra ohatra sarotra be zany le fomba amonoagna an'le rangotra. De misy ny karazana fikarogna kely zany ataonay miaraka amin'ny kondo hoe ahoana fomba atao zany mba ahafagna magnano mélange an'le autochtone sy le plantes envahissantes.
The Madagascar Fauna and Flora Group not only plants trees, but also offers training in ecologically sound agricultural techniques to farmers in the Ivaluina and Betampana landscapes. In the model farm at the park, visiting farmers are trained in improved rice growing techniques, cultivation on slopes, and composting methods.
Satria tsy miaina ny eto manodidina fa ho an'ny ekipa manodidina ny Betampana koa.
Often the soil suffers from erosion due to the slash and burn practices, and it's difficult to cultivate. For this reason, the farmers also learn how to make compost.
Raha tsy velona ny tany de maty daholo ny rehetrarehetra.
A garden with herbs and medical plants complete the model farm.
Ny tegna mampanahirana ngamba de le hoe ireo tantsaha reo efa manomboka misahirana amin'ny sakafo nefa iry zareo tsy tegna mampihatra n'ilay tena teknika ampambolena vaovao. Tena tiako zany le miasa mifanerasera amin'ny tantsaha miresaka amin'ny zareo le olana satria eto a Madagascar ny 80 isanjato de tantsaha daholo ary dikan'izany ireo agnisan'ny fototra mampivoatra ny Madagascar.
Capacity building of the local population and offering them a place where they can exchange their environmental experiences. This is one of the objectives of the Madagascar Fauna and Flora Group. A very important branch is environmental education. Its target is to train young people to become green ambassadors within their families and schools. The Environmental Education Center in Pakivaluina is directed by Nirine.
Satria le fampianarana zany netreretiny tsy afaka misaraka fa sady manao éducation environnementale no manatsara ihany koa ny fianarana aty izy mba ahazoany vokatra ao anatiny. Zay zany tena mampiavaka ny Madagascar fauna and flora group ao anatin'ny éducation ataony. Tsy mandeha fotsiny hoe mianatra ndakilasy fotsiny fa tena misy lalao mandeha mivoaka, mandeha mitsangatsangana, mandeha sur terrain mihitsy zareo dia manao activité pratique.
By using marbles, Flavien, one of the instructors, shows how trees protect the soil against erosion.
Raha ohatra hoe milatsaka ny rano na ny oran'andro amin'ny toerana tsy betsaka raha maniry dia iny mitranga. Io izy fa milatsaka ny rano rehetra zany mitondra le nofotany ambany aty dia mitotro le tany ary mety tsentsina koa zany le renirano aty dia manimba fiainan'ny biby ao anaty rano.
Hita zany fahombiazana ao anatin'le izy le fanabeazana atao dia anisan'ny ohatra lehibe aminay satria efa nanomboka tamin'ny 1996 ny activité ny école samedi.
The Saturday school combines theory in the classroom with practical exercises and games. The topic of the day is recycling and reducing the garbage.
Dia nahita n'iny zao reo le mpiara-miasa mpiara-miombonantoka dia niraisin zareo naparitaka manerana amin'ny misy sita efatra zao no niraisin'ny UNICEF ohatra nandray an'le activité dia nataony miparitaka le activité.
And according to Cisco School Authority, the environmental education offered by the Madagascar Fauna and Flora Group is a perfect complement to the education children receive at school. The pass rates of the school exam are usually 45% in this area, but those pupils having passed through the Saturday school achieve between 85 and 100%. MFG currently runs Saturday school in 4 sites and has plans to open a 5th site in the fall of 2013 to reach even more children.
Mandray anjara amin'izay hoe mba mampiakatra ny faripahaizan'ireo zaza malagasy dia zay zany anisan'ny anankiray tena mahafinaritra anahy indrindra ao anatin'le.
Dia manaova an'izao, ozy bako te manaova an'izao, ozy bako te manaova an'izao, dia manaova an'izao.